adding customers to Hydroscribe. For each new customer you add to Hydroscribe, you're going to need to input two types of information. The first being a login account. The login account is where you will put in the billing information for that customer, such as their address and how much you want to charge. The second piece of information you'll enter is a pool. That tells the system what kind of service you're offering and what you're offering that service for. So let's get started. I'll go ahead and hide the stats so we can see the entire menu. So I'm going to create the login account first. So I click Accounts, Manage Customer Accounts, and as you can see, I already have some customers added to the system, but I want to add a new customer, so I'll click the Add button, and it brings up my Add Customer screen. Now the first thing on the screen is to create a unique username for this customer. Customers cannot have usernames that belong to someone else. Each username must be unique. So I'm going to create a username for this person and then a password for them. The next thing it's asking me is this a property management company that I'm setting up? Property management companies, as you know, are responsible for many pools. There can be hundreds, and you can put them all on one bill at the end of the month. Or if the property management company wants a bill from you, but they also want a separate bill for each of their pools that they can give to their clients, you can set that up here. We're just doing a single pool customer, so we'll skip both those fields. So we'll put in their names. And then next, if you wanted to tie Hydroscribe to QuickBooks, you would put in the person's QuickBooks account number there, but we're going to skip that for now. Company names are optional, so we'll drop down to the street. And we'll put in a city and state and the zip. Now phone numbers are optional, but if you want to communicate with the customer, you might want to put one in, and the same goes for email. So I'm going to add an email address for that customer. Their account is active, and next I have to select, is this a customer who's going to pay online with a credit card or is going to mail me a check? It just makes it easier to deal with groups of customers as opposed to all the customers at once. So I'm going to leave it mail, check, or money order. Next will be, if I provide regular service to this customer, how much do I charge this person? I'm going to charge this person $100. And as you can see, there are three different boxes, and they correspond to the fact that you can set up a pool and you can specify three different time periods in the year that you provide service to that pool. And this allows you to charge a different monthly fee for each one of those date periods. If you only do repairs on your pools, then you would put in 0 for the service charge. But since we're providing regular service, I'm going to charge $100. The next field is, do I want to charge per visit? Some people like to do that. If you select yes in this field, then whatever dollar amounts you put in the charge field is going to be charged each time your pool tech visits that pool. The The next box is notify customers. Do I want to notify them when I'm done servicing their pool? If you select yes, you have to select yes by email, or yes by text, or yes by both text and email. Now, if you select yes by text, then you're going to need to provide a cell phone number and select the carrier that they use. That way it knows where exactly to send the text. If you select yes by email, then you have to supply an email address. Okay, the rest of the fields are optional. They're only used if you want to override the values that are inside of preferences. And we do have a video on preferences. You might want to check it out. But for now, we're done with this. That's all there is. So we'll submit it. And as you can see, I got a message saying I successfully added Quincy Jones to my Hydroscribe. So I can go back to the accounts and I can just type in his name, and there's the account. And I can click on it and edit, and there is his billing account. Okay, now as I said, you need two pieces of information. You need to set up a login account, and you also need to set up a pool. So we're going to click on pools, manage pools, and as you can see, I already have some pools set up, but I want to add a new pool, so I click the add button. All the apps within Hydroscribe work the same way. You click the add button to add a new entity. Since we already added the customer, I'm going to select him from a list, and to save time, I'm just going to do a find, and there he is. So I click on him, and notice that the system has now added the address from his login account that has his billing information. So I'm going to name the pool. This is just a name that the system uses for your benefit so that you can quickly identify which pool you're looking at. So I'm going to set up a pool for this person. Let's just say that the billing address is actually different from the pool address. So now I'm going to put in the pool address. The city and the state and the zip remain the same. Then I'm going to select the route that I want this pool to be on, and the days of the week that it is going to be scheduled for service. And as you can see, I said you can select the periods in which, the date ranges in which you actually service the pool. Now, if you only do repairs on this pool, you will notice that there are several frequencies allowed. If you only do repairs on the pool, you select no service and just leave the date range the same for the entire year. What that means is that you don't perform any regular services on that pool. Since I'm going to perform regular services, I want to tell the system that I service this pool every week, and I start at the top of the year and I end at the bottom of the year. If you provide services only for certain parts of the year, then of course you would change the date ranges. Okay, and that's it. I click submit, and now my pool is added. I can go back to pools and I can just do a quick lookup, and there it is. I can click on it, and there's the information I added. So now that customer is added to Hydroscribe. That's all there is to it.